So we're hoping to expand into the parking lot. We just can't wait to get it going.
Crowds are already packing newly opened beaches. CBS's Jim Crisula has that story.
Record crowds have been reported at beaches that were closed for weeks in Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. These people were enjoying the surf, sand, and sun in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
It doesn't. It's hot for 2 months, but it'll start crazy.
I think everybody's supposed to get out.
Some hotels on the upper Gulf Coast are reporting 100% occupancy even before the upcoming holiday weekend. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Floodwaters are at 5 feet and rising in parts of Midland, Michigan. Heavy rains have pushed a river over its banks and breached 2 dams. Chase Bell couldn't believe what he saw as he helped move his grandmother to safety.
People were taking canoes inside their house and loading what they could and going out with it.
Governor Whitmer is asking for disaster aid from the federal government. President Trump, though, is not feeling kindly disposed toward Michigan, accusing its Secretary of State of enabling voter fraud. CBS's Stephen Portnoy.
The president accused Michigan officials of illegally sending out millions of absentee ballots. He threatened to seek a hold in federal funding for the state, quote, if they want to go down this voter fraud path. But Mr. Trump, who recently voted by absentee himself in Florida, is wrong on the facts. Michigan officials didn't mail out ballots, they mailed out. Trump travels to Michigan tomorrow to visit a Ford Motor plant.
At his trial, he declared his allegiance to Osama bin Laden, but now the only man convicted in the 9/11 attacks may be having a change of heart. CBS's Cammy McCormick. Zacharias Moussaoui is sometimes called the missing 20. He's serving a life sentence at a Colorado prison after being charged with lying to the FBI about what he knew of the plot. Now he's written a federal court in Virginia denouncing Osama bin Laden and claiming he wants to warn young Muslims about being manipulated by what he calls fake jihadis. Even though fewer people were drawn from state station, that told him
Should ask for them up to the top side.
he opened an law.
Messages that say you've never left.
Issue 452.
We know to do it together. We'll do our part, keeping you informed, telling you progress.
When an RTK Environmental Group inspector performs a mold test at home, you're protected.
Are joining forces to power your business. We're building a 5G network that will deliver unprecedented reach and reliability in the highest capacity in history. With more coverage, more bandwidth, T-Mobile.
For CertaPro painters, we're all spending time in remote estimates. Show them on your phone what you want painted. And because each CertaPro painter is independent, that's Certa with a C. CertaPro painters, proven and trusted experts in paint.
WCBS News Time is 3:08. Traffic and weather together on the 8th is sponsored by CertaPro Painters. We're heading over to the Weather Center, rather to the Traffic Center. Hi, Jim Feldman.
We still have some trouble in Queens on the eastbound side of the LIE. Is a crash right by Queens Boulevard. A couple of lanes are still blocked and traffic is still going back to the BQE. Rubbernecking as well on the westbound side. Getting through Queens, your best bet might be the Grand Central Parkway right now. To the east side of Manhattan, delays on the northbound side of the FDR between the 59th Street Bridge and 96th Street. You've got southbound delays on Harlem River Drive at the RFK. That's that construction that's there. Still seeing the eastbound delays on the Cross Bronx after a crash by Webster Avenue's being cleared. Still also seeing the westbound delays starting the Brunswick Parkway, but the crash by Jerome Avenue's been cleared away. And now it is starting to slow down a little bit on the outbound side of the GWB. Might be picking up that construction that is on the outbound upper level. Next traffic update less than 10 minutes away. WCBS.
Check of our weather forecast now and head over to the Weather Center to meteorologist Bob Larson.
Nice to see sunshine today. I would say mostly clear tonight. It'll become chilly. The wind will diminish late tonight, a low of 49 degrees. Tomorrow looks nice. We'll see sunny, not as windy as recent days, but still fairly cool. High is 66. Mainly clear tomorrow night, low of 55. Friday, some sunshine to start. Then increase in clouds. Friday's high up to 70. Pretty good chance for a shower or two Friday night, a low of 59. It's now 60 at Greenwich, 66. In Newburgh, 64 degrees at Midtown. Headed to a low tonight of 49. Linda?
WCBS News Time 9:10. In Connecticut, many stores, attractions, and restaurants are now permitted to reopen with social distancing guidelines in place. Restaurants can serve customers, but only in outdoor dining areas. Our Sean Adams has been checking things out in Greenwich.
Sidewalk tables are set, boutique doors are open, signs say welcome, come on in.
But by midday, Greenwich Avenue remained relatively quiet. No swift return to retail and restaurants. High-end hustle and bustle. This
Okay.
$50,000. The mayor noted child vaccinations are always important, but especially now.
A child who gets one of these diseases need to be hospitalized. And
The situation than we were.
and get specific about the severity of their symptoms. Visit identifyepi.com to learn more.
WCBS News Time is 3:12. Time now for sports. Construction work has resumed at Alabama's Bryant-Denny Stadium and was halted briefly after workers tested positive for the coronavirus. AL.com reports there were more than 10 positive cases, and there were feared to be more. The Crimson Tide's football stadium is currently undergoing a $107 million renovation. As for now, Alabama's first home game next fall is scheduled for September 12th. The lawyer for Giants DeAndre Baker said his client was playing the Madden Football video game last week at the time of the alleged armed robbery. The Toyota 500 is the second in NASCAR's series of 7 races in 11 days. It takes place tonight at Darlington, but will start at 6 p.m., an hour early, because of the threat of inclement weather. WCBS News Time is 3:13.
I'm Dr. O.C.D. Sparbo, the city's doctor. You're hearing about COVID-19 every day and why it's important to stay home as much as possible to protect yourself and others from its spread. But if you're not feeling well, I want you to get the care you need. If you have a fever, cough, or a sore throat, you may have COVID-19. If your symptoms are not very severe, stay home, take your temperature at least once a day, and watch for signs of getting worse. If you have chest pain or trouble breathing, call 911 or go to an emergency room right away. Please don't any precautions care regardless of immigration status or ability to pay. If you need help finding a doctor, call 311. Stay healthy, NYC.
For all of our contest rules on WCBS 880, visit WCBS880.com and click on the contest tab at the top of the page.
I didn't feel so well, so I searched my symptoms on Google, and now I'm being followed by uncomfortable ads. I hate feeling like my personal data is being bought and sold. I downloaded DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away. Take back your privacy with DuckDuckGo.
You're never more than 15 minutes from the big stories on WCBS. Good afternoon. I'm Linda Lopez. 3 things to know at 3:15. 1, Fleet Week starts today. But instead of seeing sailors in white filling the West Side streets and restaurants and bars, Fleet Week 2020 will be virtual, posted on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Instead of tours on ships, the public can check back each day as new content is added to the virtual lineup. The Navy promises never-before-seen video tours of a guided missile destroyer. 2, Governor Cuomo says starting tomorrow, religious gatherings of no more than 10 people can resume, with strict social distancing guidelines in place. Cuomo says parking lots and drive-ins would be the ideal scenario for holding those services. And 3, the majority of summer camps in our area are opting to close rather than to draft plans for social distancing. WCBS reporter Molly Diamond has that story. Among the disappointed kids who won't water ski on the lake or make s'mores, our 10-year-old son Jack, who attends sleepaway camp in upstate New York.
I really miss camp because of the fun times that we have and just us to hang out with friends.
With too many COVID complications to consider, many camps will not open. But John Derrer, who runs Camp Manitou for boys in Maine, has mapped out a plan for opening in July, taking every precaution often possible.
We already have standards in place for how we're going to sanitize and clean equipment before and after use, how we're going to operate tables and limit shared things in the dining hall.
There are also plans to test all campers for COVID-19 before they arrive. Marla Diamond, WCBS News Radio 880. On Long Island, the city of Long Beach will reopen its boardwalk tomorrow morning. Beach access will be only permitted for residents. People will be asked to wear masks on the boardwalk and beach ramps when social distancing of 6 feet is not possible. No large gatherings on the boardwalk will be allowed. And social distancing is threatening a beach tradition. Beach Cabana addressed that issue. Today, this News Radio 880, WCBS Time 322.
More of these are milestone achievement and enjoy 20% off your current kids' schools, plus at-home entertainment. How? With high-speed internet. Get 300 meg internet from Optimum for just $39.99 a month for 1 year with no annual contract and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Visit Optimum.com today to find out more. For new residential customers, taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. Not transferable and not available in all areas. Must maintain all services at required level to maintain promo pricing. Advertise speed for a wired connection up to 300 megs. Wi-Fi speeds may vary. See Optimum.com for details.
I'm Josh Levine, co-founder of Tiger Lead, the self-defense tool that ensures you're always aware and prepared when you're alone. At Tiger Lead, we take
looking for ways to feel more secure, having the means to protect yourself is so important. If you're ever in a dangerous situation, Tiger Lady can help. It's so lightweight, you can easily carry it with you anywhere, the market, the doctor, or the road. If you feel threatened, give it a squeeze. Claws will appear like a real-life Wolverine. We designed Tiger Lady's claws with color channels to collect DNA, making it easier to identify the perpetrator. We know that times are tough.
From the Sunway Gas and Power Business Desk, here's 49 points, NASDAQ up 183, S&P's up 49 points, and the Bloomberg WCBS Land Rover Tri-State Business Index is up almost 2%. Drug maker Moderna is pushing potential coronavirus vaccine dollars to help restaurant owners in crisis after the lockdown, but the Gold Bars is also warning some franchisees may have to sell some locations. With Money News at 25:55 on WCBS, I'm Bloomberg's Tracy Johnson. $0 or $20. That's how low your monthly premium will be if you qualify for the Essential Plan through New York City from Fidelis Care. Now offering dental and vision coverage. Call 1-888-FIDELIS, TTY 711, or visit fideliscare.org to learn more about applying for health insurance, including Medicaid, Health Plus, Essential Plan, and qualified health plans through New York State of Health, the official health plan marketplace. Visit www.nystateofhealth.ny.gov or call 855-355-5777.
New Yorkers are a tough bunch. We can deal with a it's not pretentious, honest-to-goodness premium coffee. We stand around the fire.
Special business savings right now. With technology providers who can help you find the right tech. That's you're also looking for help. We're also offering flexible payment options for those who have been financially affected by the crisis. In these uncertain times, we want you to know we are here to help. Learn more about what Liberty Mutual is doing at libertymutual.com/COVID.
Downtown Brooklyn Nursing and Rehabilitation Center would like to give a heartfelt thank you to their frontline essential healthcare staff for working relentlessly. WCBS News Time, 3:28. Traffic and weather together on the 8th is sponsored by Downtown Brooklyn Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. And here's Jim Feldman.
And Linda, big trouble now in Queens on Grand Central Parkway eastbound by Springfield Boulevard. A car fire is being worked on at least one lane is closure there. You do have westbound rubbernecking delays. Also westbound of the Bell Parkway still have delays getting to Cross Bay Boulevard. An earlier crash there, and eastbound LAE is still slow from the beach to the fairgrounds. All of those delays from the earlier accident that was by Queens Boulevard. And you still have trouble on the northbound side of the FDR with a disabled vehicle just south of 96th Street. Traffic delays are now going back to 34th Street. Man, Brooklyn bound to the Brooklyn Bridge, it is just jammed up. It's all volume exiting at Cabin Plaza. Delays are back onto that common ramp from both.
The wind diminishing overnight, turning very cool, low 49 degrees, mostly sunny tomorrow. Another cool time followed by clouds on Friday. Friday's high up to near 70. There could be a shower. Friday night, low 59. Heading into the holiday weekend, clouds and sunshine, slightly cooler again. Sunday's high 68. It's now 60 degrees in Bridgeport, 66 in Barstown, 64. This is WCBS.
Questions about the explosion of cases in nursing homes. Mayor de Blasio raises the alarm on falling childhood vaccination rates due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The beach in Nassau will now be open to residents only. And the CDC has released a three-phased approach for reopening the country. 64 degrees, it's sunny right now in Manhattan. Good afternoon. I'm Linda Lopez. WCBS News Time is 3:31. The death toll in New York State jumped by 112 yesterday. That's up from 105 the day before. But we are making progress when it comes to reopening. Governor Cuomo is pulling back restrictions on religious gatherings. Our Peter Haskell joins us now. Peter, what do you have to say about that?
Well, restrictions can be up to 10 people involved in a religious gathering. So for a million, it is now kosher. A million is a quorum for a Jewish prayer service. This is now legitimate. Cuomo is calling for people to still follow social distancing guidelines And if possible, he would like to see services outside in parking lots or other places.
In order to be safer. Well, there's data that shows more COVID cases in poor neighborhoods. Of course, we've heard this before, but tell us about the numbers.
So when we looked at the antibody testing, the positive rate in New York City was 40%. If you're positive, you've been exposed to the virus. In poor neighborhoods, that number was 27%. And in one neighborhood in North it was 43%. That is double the city rate. What the governor is doing now is trying to get mass tents in those communities and put in place education campaigns so people understand the importance of not only the masks, but distancing.
And the governor took some heat today regarding nursing homes where there was a massive number of cases in the early going.
The studies from the state collected back in March had indicated that COVID patients needed to be accepted in nursing homes after they were released from the hospital. So you've got sick people going into vulnerable communities, and you know what the result was. The governor and his health department pulled that directive. Refused to say that it was a bad decision. He said the state was following guidance from the CDC.
That's WCBS reporter Peter Haskell with the latest from Governor Cuomo. And as New York City battles the coronavirus pandemic, health officials say vaccination rates for childhood diseases have fallen sharply. Mayor de Blasio spoke about that today in his daily briefing. And WCBS reporter Rich Lamb joined us there. Now, what did the mayor say about how that happened?
Well, the mayor offers the simple explanation that many doctors' offices were closed, and a large number of families following the advice of government officials were staying at home. And probably the last place they were thinking about going was inside, many of which were either overwhelmed with coronavirus patients or newly sick. The mayor calls the numbers conservative. Yes, so speaking of COVID, that's right. Mayor de Blasio announced that as of next week, New York City will provide free diagnostic COVID testing for both residents and staff of the 169 nursing homes in the 5 boroughs. Now, the mayor says the city is prepared to provide 3,000 tests per day for the homes. De Blasio acknowledged that the testing will undoubtedly lead to a number of staffers having to stay away from work for a time. And he says the city is committed to filling those gaps, sending along nurses when nurses aides in the home. The mayor says the city also has formed what he calls 10 outbreak response teams that can answer to emergency situations at the homes. He said the teams would be a minimum of 3 people led by an epidemiologist, bringing official experts in infection control, mental health, and anything else that might be necessary. Those teams will focus on that.
WCBS reporter Rich Lamb with the latest. WCBS News Time is 3:36. CBS News Update. One of the original 13 colonies, Connecticut is the last of the 50 states to begin reopening its economy during the coronavirus pandemic. West Hartford restaurant manager John Panderas.
Everybody's super excited to get back and really can't wait.
But the question is reopening. CBS's global forecast is there.
We've got plexiglass, we tape up the floors. Retailers and salon owners in Miami are taking every precaution. Get ready for the next client as they prepare to reopen their doors for the first time in nearly 2 months.
Barbers and hairstylists are staging a protest outside the Michigan Capitol, defying stay-at-home orders to give free haircuts. CBS News update, I'm Pam Coulter. WCBS News Time, 3:37.
Time now for Staying Healthy, brought to you by Jag 1 Physical Therapy. Their CEO, John Gallucci Jr.
If you're having difficulty getting to one of our local offices in New York, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania, we now have teletherapy. Please feel free to call up one of our local offices of Jag 1 Physical Therapy and set up your teletherapy visit. Or you can visit us on the web at jag1pt.com. That's JAGONEPT.com. And follow the prompts to set up your teletherapy visit today. Again, that's jag1pt.com.
Jag 1 Physical Therapy, the most awarded physical therapy provider in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, serving you in their office or in your home. Jag 1 will do whatever it takes to get you back to the life you love. Set up your office visit or teletherapy session today. Call your nearest Jag 1 Physical Therapy office or go to jag1pt.com. That's jag1pt.com.
If you're feeling anxious about COVID-19, you're not alone. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. If you need someone to talk to, call the New Jersey Mental Health Cares Helpline at 866-202-HELP from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Get free, confidential support from trained staff. Messages left after hours will be returned. We may be apart right now, but we'll get through this together. Call 866-202-HELP. Brought to you by the New Jersey Department of Human Services in partnership with the Mental Health Association in New Jersey. Here's a message from Mount Sinai South Nassau. Don't put your health on hold. Mount Sinai South Nassau has dedicated non-COVID care areas, including within their emergency department. All units have undergone deep cleaning to ensure your safety. All incoming patients are tested for COVID 3 days prior to admission. Your medically necessary care shouldn't be defined by COVID-19. Come with confidence to Mount Sinai South Nassau and Oceanside. Don't put your health on hold. Time for traffic and weather together, sponsored by Mount Sinai Oceanside. We head over to the traffic center now to Jim Feldman.
And heading over to Queens, where the Grand Central completely shut down now, eastbound, right by Springfield Boulevard. Car fires extinguished, but again, remnants are still there, so all lanes are closed for the cleanup. You've got westbound rubbernecking delays. You've got eastbound delays on the LIE. A lot of folks are using that as an alternate to the Grand Central. If you can hop onto Union Turnpike, that'll definitely do much better, but avoid the eastbound Grand Central through Queens as of right now. Watch for slowdowns as well, building up outbound side of the Holland Tunnel, and once you get on the Jersey side, you've got the way for the outbound.
It's sunny but breezy out there right now. It will remain breezy through this evening. Get clear to partly cloudy tonight. Actually be pretty cool. Low of 49 degrees tonight in the city. Tomorrow mainly sunny but still cooler than we wanted for late May. The high will be just 66 degrees tomorrow. For Friday, temperatures are a little higher. We get to 70 degrees, but that morning sun will give way to increasing clouds. There's a shower likely as we get into Friday night. Right now in Manhattan, we've got sunny skies. It's 64 degrees. WCBS News Time is 3:40. Well, the beach will be opened in Nassau County to residents only. WCBS Sophia Hall has that story.
There will be no concession stands, but possibly a food truck with one person inside. However, Nickerson Beach here in Lido Beach will be opened to residents only and at 50% capacity, says County Executive Laura Curran.
Except for members of the same family or household unit, we are asking beach goers to keep at least 6 feet apart between each other while they're walking around, and also 10 feet apart from each other when they're set up their little towels and chairs.
She says the restrooms will be cleaned often and only a few people allowed inside at a time, and lifeguards will be given manual pump resuscitators in case of a life-saving emergency.
Cars will be parked in every other space. So this parking lot has space for 2,000 cars. We will be allowing only 1,000 cars. They will also be using every other space so that when people are getting in and out, they can feel comfortable and confident.
Sophia Hall, WCBS News Radio 880.
The CDC has released a three-phased approach for reopening the country. A 60-page document was quietly released over the weekend and includes detailed advice on key areas such as school reopenings, restaurants, and mass transit. CBS News correspondent Ben Tracy has more.
A White House official tells me that this new CDC document is supposed to be supplemental guidance to the very short 6 pages that they put out last week. But there are some real questions about how helpful this will now be. For instance, in the section on mass transit, it says that people should maintain as much social distancing as possible, but that's something the airline industry is already struggling to do. Now, the White House has not been a fan of detailed guidance like this because it wants states to figure out how to open as quickly as possible.
The CDC says schools and bars should remain closed during the first phase, and restaurants should still be limited to takeout only. WCBS News Time, 3:43.
You check things all the time, like your email every 10 seconds, or your ex's Instagram. But what about checking something as important as your credit? Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores, the score used by 90% of top lenders, for free, even if you're not a customer. Checking your score won't hurt your credit, and you can check each month for changes, always for free. The Discover Credit Scorecard, free for everyone. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $28.95 and get a $10 O'Reilly gift card after mail-in rebate. You can even order at O'ReillyAuto.com and we'll deliver it curbside. Protect your engine from sludge and wear at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Receive a diagnosis, a follow-up care plan, and if necessary, a prescription. Remember, stay safe, stay home, and for online urgent care like no other, visit valleycarenow.com.
T-Mobile and Sprint are joining forces to power your business. We're building a 5G network that will deliver unprecedented reach and reliability and the highest capacity in history. With more coverage and more bandwidth to keep your employees connected, you'll get the largest and most reliable network at an unbeatable price. T-Mobile for Business. Visit T-MobileForBusiness.com to learn more. If Mother's Day was a bit of an afterthought, check out SuperJeweler.com's After Mother's Day clearance sale. Their lowest prices ever on diamonds and gemstones. SuperJeweler.com will save you up to 80% on fantastic earrings, rings, and pendants, starting at $29. Since 1999, SuperJeweler.com has made millions of people 5-star happy. Go to SuperJeweler.com, click on the clearance banner, and shop away. Up to 80% off now at SuperJeweler.com. That's SuperJeweler.com. I didn't feel well, so I searched my symptoms on Google, and now I'm being followed by uncomfortable ads. I hate feeling like my personal data is being bought and sold. I downloaded DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away. Take back your privacy with DuckDuckGo.
You're never more than 15 minutes from the big stories on WCBS.
Good afternoon, I'm Linda Lopez. 3 things to know at 3:45. 1, Fleet Week starts today, but instead of sailors in white filling West Side streets and restaurants and bars, Fleet Week 2020 will be virtual, hosted on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Instead of tours on ships, the public can check back each day as new content is added to the virtual lineup. 2, Governor Cuomo says starting tomorrow, religious gatherings of no more than 10 people can resume with strict social distancing guidelines in place. And 3, New Jersey continues to ramp up COVID-19 testing. WCBS reporter Kevin Rincon is on the newsline. Now, Kevin, the state announced a new partnership with Walmart today. How will that work?
Linda, this is part of making testing more available. Starting Friday, people can get tested at one of the 7 Walmarts in the state of New Jersey. It won't be inside the stores, instead outside in the parking lot where drive-through testing sites will be set up. This will happen between 7 and 9 in the morning, 3 days a week. You can't just show up, though. You do have to set up an appointment through Quest Diagnostics, who's partnered up with Walmart in doing this. They've set up their own website where people can go ahead and put their information in to set up an appointment. This will be for first responders, healthcare providers, and adults in high-risk groups without any symptoms. The test themselves, those will be self-administered nasal swabs with the observation of a volunteer. That'll cut down on the need for PPE, and the results, we're told by state health officials, will come back within about 2 days.
And we also heard today about scammers who are trying to take advantage of the contact tracing program. Any sense of how widespread a problem this is?
So the state's Office of Homeland Security says so far they've gotten thousands of reports of these bogus text messages sent by would-be scammers. They send links pretending to be contact tracers, and what they're looking to do is get personal information from people. The state says it's gotten complaints from all 21 counties, and to be clear, contact tracers, they won't be knocking on your door, and they don't usually send you text messages or emails. What they'll do is try to call you. They're not trying to get personal information. They're instead just trying to inform people about the risks of COVID-19 and let them know that they may have been exposed. So it's more of an educational phone call and not necessarily something to try and get personal information out of people.
Something to be super alert about. That's WCBS reporter Kevin Rincon reporting the latest from Governor Murphy. WCBS News Time is 3:48. It's time for traffic and weather together on the 8th. Heading over to the traffic center. What are you seeing out there, Jim Feldman?
Well, we're seeing a tough ride through Queens on the Grand Central Linda, eastbound by Springfield Boulevard. Car fire been extinguished. Looks like it's been pushed onto the shoulder, the remnants of it, that is, but you're still looking at delays on the eastbound Grand Central, longer delays on the eastbound side of the LIE, which actually start at the BQE. You've got slowdowns as well to watch out for if you're traveling on the northbound side of the Van Wyck heading up towards Hillside Avenue. East side of Manhattan on the FDR northbound just south of 96, still have a disabled vehicle there. The right lane is still shut. Those delays now going back to 34th Street. Hudson River crossings, the George is looking good across it. It's just slow getting to it on the westbound Cross Bronx, northbound Harlem River Drive, and also northbound on the Henry Hudson. No trouble at the Lincoln Tunnel right now, and some delays building outbound side of the Holland Tunnel, maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. And on the westbound Turnpike extension between 14B and 14A, really jammed up there. And slowdowns also continue in Putnam County on the westbound side of 84 by Ludingtonville Road in Kent. Still have a vehicle fired there being cleared. Fire's extinguished, but it's still sitting on the shoulder. Next traffic update less than 10 minutes away at WCBS.
And let's get a check of our forecast now. Over to the Weather Center to check in with meteorologist Bob Larson.
Mostly clear tonight. We stay breezy through the early evening hours, but wind diminishing late tonight. Quite cool overnight, a low of 49 degrees. Another nice day coming up tomorrow, mostly sunny. Won't be as windy, but still on the cool side. High is 66. Milder Friday. Sunshine Friday morning, increasing clouds at the afternoon, high 70. And there could be a shower in the area Friday night, low 59. A couple of showers expected Saturday, high 70. Mix of sun and clouds on Sunday, high 68. Partial sun Memorial Day, and a high is 70 at 60 in Norwalk, 66 in Fishkill, 64 degrees. A big town low tonight, 49. Linda?
WCBS News Time is 3:50. Many parents and kids are getting disappointing emails this week announcing that their summer camps will not be open due to the coronavirus. WCBS reporter Marla Diamond joins us now. So many of us parents are in this boat, and you're in that boat too, we understand.
I am. Both of my son's camps have been canceled, one in upstate New York and one in Connecticut, with the directors just saying that they don't see a path to opening camps this summer with all the social distancing that would have to be done, and the anxiety among kids and the staff about following these social distancing rules is very complicated. And also they would have to keep the camp closed to all visitors and wouldn't allow the children off the campgrounds. So many camps in our area have decided to close, but some are staying open.
Now, what recommendations does the Camp Association have for what activities kids can do if they are able to go to their camp? Activities they can do safely.
They did get some guidance from the CDC. Actually, it came out just yesterday for day camps. The CDC is recommending that children be in small groups, that they stay within their bunk and do not play other children in sports. And in this way, you can keep kids closer together in sort of a pod and really know if a child, God forbid, gets sick, know exactly who they were around. With contact tracing, that would make it so much easier for camps if they keep them into small groups. The camp owner that we spoke to, he is the director of Camp Manitou for Boys in Maine, said that they will have very stringent cleaning of equipment that children share. And they will have staggered times in their dining halls. They will
have extra sanitation for the items in the dining hall, plates and cups and things like that. And they will be able to keep the children a little bit farther apart in the bunks this summer. So he thinks that it can be done, and some other camps do too. And they say that this summer, more than ever, it is so important that kids get the camp experience. They've been learning online. They've been spending a lot of time on their computers. Most camps do not allow computers to completely, device-free atmosphere where they can really get to know themselves and socialize and really grow. Many feel that is crucial for children's development, and it is so important this year to do that for kids who have been cooped up inside for several months.
Does this mean that camps won't be able to take as many children? They'd only be able to take about half the amount of children?
That's a really good question. There will need to be smaller bunks and smaller, activities. Now, large camps, and both of my son's camps are very large, with one having over 500 kids on the campgrounds at once. It's nearly impossible to have that many kids. But if you have a smaller camp, say with under 100 children, there are ways that you can socially distance with fewer kids and know that if a child gets sick, know exactly who they've been in contact with.
That's WCBS reporter Marla Diamond. WCBS News Time is 3:53.
Care-Ride Centers would like to thank their incredible staff that has remained vigilant during these trying times. Not all heroes wear capes, and Care-Ride is fortunate to have heroes that demonstrate such unwavering commitment to their thousands of patients throughout the country.
Peace in your life by helping you resolve your home. Make no mistake, you don't want to ignore the IRS right now. They can take your paycheck and everything you worked so hard for. But with Optima on your side, you may qualify for help that saves you thousands. Their tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for taxpayers across the nation. So now's the time for tax help you need, for tax help you trust. Call Optima now for a free consultation. Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Since 1994, AmericanEagle.com, a family-owned web developer with over 500 technology professionals, has helped our clients weather economic uncertainties. AmericanEagle.com knows how to leverage today's technology, delivering solutions for e-learning, remote business communications, e-commerce, and digital health, optimizing every organization's potential. Their world-class data center hosts thousands of websites and millions of transactions. In times like these, a reliable partner has never been more important. AmericanEagle.com provides a full range of integrated services, including web design, system integration, digital marketing, and hosting. This too shall pass. We will be stronger when the crisis subsides, and AmericanEagle.com is committed to building your organization's digital presence, driving growth and opportunity. Call AmericanEagle.com at 877-WebNow1. 877-WebNow1. AmericanEagle.com. If you have COVID-19 and got better, you could help others by donating your blood. Mayo Clinic is leading a national emergency access program using donated blood plasma to help patients in the hospital with COVID-19. We ask those who have recovered from COVID-19 to donate plasma in the month following recovery when antibodies are strong to help us help others. Visit uscovidplasma.org and join the fight. Thousands are waiting at uscovidplasma.org. Metro Mobile is now the fastest growing mobile provider in the nation, growing faster than Verizon and AT&T, and even growing faster than T-Mobile. It's easy to see why. Spectrum delivers the fastest overall speed and is the most reliable mobile service coast to coast. There are no contracts, added taxes, or fees. Switch and save up to 40%. And see why Spectrum Mobile is the fastest growing mobile provider. Learn more at SpectrumMobile.com. Based on Q1 2020.
fucking flag!
The NFL's hoping to have the season. It could come at a great cost to the league if no fans are allowed in. Forbes is reporting the NFL stands to lose $5.5 billion if the games are played in empty stadiums. That would include attendance, parking, and concessions, among other things that would be lost, about 38% of the league's total revenue. The lawyer for the Giants, DeAndre Baker, says his client was playing video games at the time of last week's alleged armed robbery. The 22-year-old Baker says he brought his Madden football video game to the party and played for an hour before leaving the game at the scene. The Giants' second-year cornerback has pleaded not guilty to all 8 charges in that armed robbery. NASCAR continues tonight with the Toyota 500 at Darlington. It will start earlier than originally planned, 6 o'clock tonight, because of the threat of inclement weather later on in the evening. This is the second of 7 races taking place over a span of 11 days for NASCAR. WCBS News Time, 4:13.
T-Mobile and Sprint are joining forces to power your business. We're building a 5G network that will deliver unprecedented reach and reliability and the highest capacity in history. With more coverage and more bandwidth to keep your employees connected, you'll get the largest and most reliable network at an unbeatable price. T-Mobile for Business. Visit T-MobileForBusiness.com to learn more.
The COVID-19 crisis has been especially hard on our first responders who need more PPE equipment. In response, the Suffolk IDA has introduced its COVID-19 Sales Tax Relief Equipment Program. The IDA is making up to $100,000 in sales tax exemptions available to Suffolk companies increasing capacity or retrofitting to produce PPE and other COVID-19 treatment and prevention-related products. Reach out to us at 631-853-4802 or visit suffolkida.org.
Rest assured, when an RTK Environmental Group inspector performs a mold test at your home, you're protected because they're safely covered from head to toe. Visit rtkenvironmental.com.
I feel like I'm being haunted by a pair of headphones. Everywhere I go, it's a creepy ad for headphones I looked at one time. I hate that feeling like I'm being watched.
Good Wednesday afternoon, I'm Michael Wallace. 3 things to know at 4:15. 1, restaurants and stores have reopened today in Connecticut. Restaurants are only allowed to offer outdoor dining. Social distancing rules still apply. And two, beginning tomorrow, religious services can resume in New York State, but with no more than 10 people in attendance. All have to wear masks. And number three, with so many doctor's offices
families for the drop in child vaccine drop
in the number of vaccinations.
For those older than 2, it has been a 91% drop.
That anybody with a pre-existing condition can be more vulnerable to COVID. So having pneumonia or respiratory disease makes that child both more susceptible to contracting COVID and more vulnerable to the effects of COVID.
The message, declared the mayor, is to get your child vaccinated. Rich Lamb, WCBS News Radio 880.
When it comes to so-called immunity passports, Mayor de Blasio says he has some concerns. Countries like Germany and Chile are looking into giving residents immunity passports. They would allow people who have recovered from COVID-19 to be excluded from restrictive protection measures. The mayor says New York City isn't ready to issue any type of order, but he understands why people would want it.
There are privacy concerns, there are individual rights concerns, there's a lot we got to balance in this. But from a societal point of view, we understand that, people want to know if they're going, for example, if everyone's going back to school or if people are coming back to a workplace, what are the smart precautions that are being taken?
Health officials are against the idea, citing reinfection concerns. In New York City's low-income neighborhoods, Governor Cuomo says in Brown, bring closed blocks are usually going back to exit 5 in Greenwich right now. So far, it just stays slow from there all the way out to Nassau County. Next traffic update, less than 10 minutes away. Most people are from home. This is going to happen, right?
Yes.
Nice day to be home if you're finished your work early today. It's a nice, sunny, but breezy afternoon.
Yes, it is. And the sunshine is going to be with us through the rest of the afternoon. The clouds have all moved down to the south of us. And it's partly cloudy, let's say, in parts of central and southern sections of New Jersey, but bright and sunny elsewhere. And it should be mainly clear for tonight with diminishing winds, 45 to 50, near 40 in the suburbs. Tomorrow, sunny much of the time. It will not be as windy as today. Finally, the winds will die down. The gradient eases a little bit in the mid-60s for Thursday. Fair, not as cool Thursday night. Friday, sun giving way to clouds. Chance of a shower or two in the evening. Becoming more likely Friday night. Friday's high near 70. Stay connected with the Altice 5-day forecast. Getting into the holiday weekend, partly cloudy with a chance of a shower or thunderstorm near 70. And Sunday will be partly sunny and a high again near 70. So it does look like temperatures will average below normal. But we are looking at a lot of dry time, especially from Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening into Sunday and Monday. 65 right now, humidity down to 28%.
Thank you, Craig. 420 at WCBS. Town officials in East Hampton want some clarity from Governor Cuomo when it comes to reopening resorts. WCBS's Sophia Hall explains.
Some weekends in the town of East Hampton, there could be 100,000 people enjoying a beautiful summer day. Supervisor Peter Van Scoyoc tells me his concern the hotels and resorts, which currently are considered essential to stay the night, but he wants clarification as to what parts are considered phase 3.
We want to get open as soon as we can. We have a very limited period of time in which to get their revenue for the year, and at the same time, we can't afford to have a major outbreak or hotspot. We only have one hospital, so we're treading a very narrow line between those pressures of flattening the curve and flattening our economy, and that's where the struggle is really taking place.
The beaches are currently only for residents. Sophia Hall, WCBS News Radio 880.
At 422, it's time for Joe Connolly's Small Business Report, sponsored by B&B Bank, community banking from Montauk to Manhattan.
Peter Madonia, who owns a family bakery business on Arthur Avenue in the Bronx, and who also served as former Mayor Bloomberg's chief of staff, says yes, government should issue detailed health guidelines, but then let entrepreneurs like him
occupancy capacity, masks and no masks, where you have and where you don't, and then I think they need to back off a little bit, the government.
Peter Madonia says there are many things business owners in each neighborhood can do to control their own vibe. Small business. I'm Joe Connolly from
just deal with the challenges and prepare you for the opportunity tomorrow. Be sure.
Learn the skills necessary to analyze Big 3 and data science from
us together for the long haul. Saia LTL Freight, driving stability, safety, support, and strength. Visit Saia.com. That's SAIA.com.
What does it mean to be a good neighbor?
It means being there for each other.
That's why State Farm is announcing the Good Neighbor Relief Program.
We know that our customers are driving less, which means fewer accidents.
So State Farm's returning $2 billion to auto policyholders for the period ending May 31st.
And we'll continue making real-time decisions to best serve you, our customers.
Because now, more than ever, being a good neighbor means everything. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
More of the tri-state is reopening and more testing is becoming available. All you need to know coming up in 5 minutes here on WCBS. It's 4:25. Time for money news from the Sunwave Gas and Power Business Desk. Here's Bloomberg's Tracy Jockey.
Michael, the NASDAQ is closest it's been to its February record since February, and the Dow is up 369 points at 24,576. NASDAQ's up 191 points at 93.76. The S&P's up 49. It helps that Amazon and Facebook are themselves at records. Deutsche Bank thinks Facebook's version of the Amazon and eBay marketplace could be worth as much as $30 billion to the company. Small businesses can open their own shops in Facebook shops. Amazon launched its first big-budget video game today. Crucible is free to play. The money will come from in-game purchases. NBA fans can't watch the games, but they can play the video game. Nearly all of Take-Two Interactive's titles, including NBA 2K20, sold better than expected during the latest quarter. The New York company predicts the current quarter will be just as good. With money news at 25 and 55 on WCBS, I'm Bloomberg's Tracy Johnke.
Thanks, Tracy. Sunwave Gas and Power. Power your universe with the Tri-State's energy supplier, Sunwave.
Investors want steady cash flow and safety? NRIA is making special accommodation to help at this time. Today, investors are extended a higher than normal 10% monthly payout return from our real estate-backed Class A buildings fund. You'll receive steady 10% monthly payments to your bank account, have real estate backing you, not just paper assets, and obtain returns with bonuses targeted at 18 to 21%. NRIA's 14-year track record and $850 million of new construction prime income producing property secures you. You can also use your 401k or IRA to invest for monthly cash flow right now. Get 10% monthly electronic cash flow with total yields to 18 to 21% right now. Call before this special offer is over. Just call 201-210-2727. That's 201-210-2727. Securities only by a private placement memorandum. Read it first. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Returns are annualized. National is a real estate development firm. See us at NRIA.net.
With over 30 years' experience, the law firm of Keith D. Silverstein and Associates has been winning multi-million-dollar settlements for their clients. A serious injury from construction, auto, or a slip and fall, you may be entitled to compensation. All initial consultations at Keith D. Silverstein and Associates are free and confidential. Call them at 212-385-1444 or send them an email at ksilverstein@kdslawfirm.com. Remember the name, Keith D. Silverstein and Associates, the injury attorneys.
Attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief of symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table, this starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use as directed.
Want the same internet but more privacy? DuckDuckGo's got you covered. They help millions of people like you get privacy online without any trade-offs. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
WCBS News Time 428. Traffic and weather together, sponsored by DuckDuckGo Privacy. Update on that FDR situation from Jim Feldman.
Still jammed up on the northbound side from 34th Street to 96th Street, where a disabled vehicle still has a lane shut down. Worse, however, in Brooklyn, southbound side of the BQE and the outbound Gowanus. The delay started Flushing Avenue East, just bumper to bumper from there all the way down towards the Arizona Bridge, because Staten Island bound upper level of the Arizona Bridge. There is a broken down tractor trailer. All lanes are blocked on the upper level to Staten Island, so everybody using that lower level. And to Brooklyn, the lower level of the Arizona Bridge is
still closed because of road work, so everybody is using that upper level, and you still have the delays there as well. Still looking at long delays on the eastbound LIE in Queens, pretty much from Maurice Avenue all the way down to Nassau County, and the southbound side of the Cross Island bumper to bumper right now from the Throgs Neck Bridge down to the LIE. And here's Craig with the forecast.
We have sunshine for most of the area, a few clouds, especially south of the city now. High surf advisory, that stays in effect while all this nice weather is going on because the water keeps, with that easterly wind, the water keeps piling up on shore. And the easterly wind will die down somewhat overnight, 45 to 50. Not as windy, things will calm down. Friday, Sunday, the clouds with a chance of a shower toward evening or more likely Friday night. And the high will be up around 70. Right now 65, humidity down at 28%, and east-northeast winds up to 14 miles per hour.
More than just the headlines. This is WCBS News Radio 880.
Religious services in New York can resume tomorrow, but the gatherings will be limited to 10 people at a time. Nassau County lawmakers vote to limit access to Nickerson Beach to county residents only. Governor Murphy warns New Jersey residents of contract tracing scams. He says those criminals have a special place in hell. In sports, Forbes reports the NFL will lose $5.5 billion, 38% of its revenue, if it goes on to play its games in empty stadiums. Partly sunny and breezy, 65 degrees on Wednesday, May 20th. Good afternoon, I'm Michael Wallace. It's 4:31 at WCBS. Governor Cuomo announced today religious services can resume in New York tomorrow, but with no more than 10 people who have to wear masks and socially distance. Cuomo says he would prefer those services be held outdoors.
I understand their desire to get back to religious ceremonies as soon as possible. As a former altar boy, I get it. I think even at this time of stress and when people are so anxious and so confused, I think those religious ceremonies can be very comforting. We need to find out how to do it and do it safely and do it smartly.
Cuomo also reported a rise in coronavirus cases in low-income neighborhoods in New York City. The state will be stepping up testing in those areas. With the city's beaches closed, Nassau County lawmakers have voted to limit access to the county's Nickerson Beach. WCBS's Sophia Hall has the story.
Before you can enter into the parking lot here at Nickerson Beach, you have to show your driver's license to make sure you are a Nassau County resident. And Nassau County Executive Laura Curran says officers will then be patrolling, making sure you are staying 10 feet apart other groups on the beach and 6 feet apart when walking around.